everybody. Welcome back to Hermanas Unfiltered, a podcast where we talk about the real, the raw, and the relatable moments in life. It's your girl Isela, and I'm here to sprinkle a little bit of heart and soul into your earbuds. And don't forget, we're also on YouTube now for those of you that like to see the podcast come to life.
And I'm Casey, your favorite coffee fueled English teacher, and I'm here to bring the laughs and the real talk today. Oh, and it's going to be a good one.
Yes, it's our New Year's special. We're diving into traditions, superstitions, and trending ways to ring in the new year, both here in the US and in Mexico. You ready, Casey?
Let's do it. So grab your cafecito or your champagne because it's about to get real, raw, and relatable.
Okay, Casey, let's kick things off with traditions. What comes to mind when you think of New Year's in the US?
So I think like the big one is the ball dropping in Times Square. Like I
Mm-hmm.
recall being super young and watching it on TV. It's pretty iconic. And I feel like it's like the big thing, right? You watch that, you kind of listen to the music, and when the countdown comes, that's like always the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay. Can you believe I have never seen ever the ball drop? The ball drop for New Year's?
Cállate.
Never.
Not on TV? Ni
Never.
con Don Francisco?
Never.
Dude, they show it all the time, like in Telemundo and Galavisión.
I don't think Don Francisco was a thing in Mexico that I
No?
remember. No, I think Don Francisco was bigger here in the US with all the Latin community. I mean, it might have been in Mexico, but I
Hmm.
don't remember watching it.
It's more of an American thing then.
I think so. And then I also have never sat down to watch the ball drop at midnight during New Year's. Yeah, maybe tonight will be my first night because we're gonna
Ooh,
go out tonight.
I
So
know. Maybe.
yeah, maybe we'll tune in. Okay, so something else that I think about bringing in the New Year's is a
Hmm.
midnight kiss, right? It's like
Hmm.
you kiss
Yeah.
someone or you'll be lonely all year.
Hmm.
Who made that
I
rule?
don't know. But no, for sure. Like you want to be there with your love because then that means that you'll, right, bring in the new year with your love, supposedly.
Right, but you know that the tradition it's actually European. So they believe that starting the new year with a kiss will strengthen the bond and bring good fortune to a
Hmm.
relationship in the coming year. So it's romantic, but I also believe that it's a lot of pressure, right?
Yeah, I think so. Like it can be. Unless you're like us and you're married and it's like kisses and moving on.
Right.
Yeah.
So, do you remember the first time that you celebrated New Year's with your husband?
I don't remember cuz I know that our first New Year's like
Mhm.
I was already pregnant.
Right.
So I don't think we went out or we did anything. Like our first New Year's, like I don't think we went out. What about
Okay,
you guys?
so I was looking through my pictures the other day, and our very first New Year's celebration it was 2006 to 2007, going into 2007. So I was 21. How old are
Hmm.
we?
Oh my gosh, let's not tell anybody. No one needs to know how old we are.
Yeah.
Oh
So I think it
my
was. I
goodness.
think I was 21 because it was the year 2006 going into 2007, I believe, and we were babies. It was our very first time celebrating New Year's together. We had been dating for a little bit, but it was like our first official outing and celebration together.
Cute. That's awesome. That's really cool. So like New Year's is a special one for you guys.
Yeah, because we've always done something. Every New Year's, it's always been at somebody's house with somebody's apartment. We throw a party, and it used to be the same group of friends that we would get together for like years and years and years. And then all of a sudden, as people started having more kids, getting married, the group kind of dissolved. So I think the past few years, I went out with my best friend, and then today, like I said, I didn't feel like doing anything, so we're gonna go ahead and stay home with the kids today.
Yeah. Yeah, for us it really wasn't a big thing. I think like Christmas always kind of overshadowed New Year's.
Mhm.
Um and our first year it didn't help that our first year like, I was pregnant, so we kind of just hung out at the house. So that's pretty much been our thing. New Year's is either we're at home with the babies because there's always babies,
Right.
right? And we kind of just chill. We just watch the ball drop. And every once in a while, we've been out. But
Mhm.
I think I can count those times like in one hand of the times that we
Right.
actually gone out and celebrated New Year's. And last year we went out, maybe a few other years, but very rarely. And this year we're staying home, which I'm super excited about because we get to spend time with the kiddos.
Yay. Play
Yeah.
board games and stuff.
Yeah, I can't wait. I know the kids are like itching for Monopoly. They're like ready for us to go and play.
Yeah, and I feel like it's the more traditional way to celebrate New Year's because
Mm.
I remember celebrating New Year's with my family as a kid.
Yeah. And I feel like, you know what? And I feel like in Mexico, it's about family and more traditional than it is in the US. I feel like in the US, like everyone wants to go party, right?
Mhm.
And in Mexico, it's like you hang out with your family for New Year's and you do like your thing together. You hang out with the
Right.
tias and y'all
Mhm.
drink and stuff. It's more like a family celebration.
Yeah, so from what I remember celebrating New Year's in Mexico, we always had the 12 grapes at midnight. I don't know if you've heard of
Mm,
this tradition or if you ever done
I
it.
have.
So my mom used to put like 12 grapes in a little cup, and you would have to like, as soon as midnight hit, you had to eat like all 12 of them
Yeah, because you have like
within.
12 seconds, right?
Yeah, like so, and you're choking on them, and you're like, you're afraid to die because you may swallow one whole and stuff. So the thing is that for every grape that you eat, you make a wish for the new year. So you
Yeah.
have to eat them fast. And like I said,
Yeah.
it's scary because you feel like you're gonna choke on a grape.
My goodness, I love it. You know what? Like I've seen it. Like I remember Don Francisco. Like I remember watching, and they would do the uvas because, of course, we didn't celebrate holidays, right, growing up.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen it, but I never understood that tradition until this year. This year, like it's been trending. It's been all over TikTok. It's all over
Right.
social media. You have all the girls that are abajo de la mesa or underneath the table, and they're eating the grapes, making their wishes, and then they'll like show how like they manifested their man. So
Oh,
it's
I think
been
I've seen one of those today
right.
on
They're all
TikTok.
over social media. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I've never done that, but like I'm totally doing it tonight.
That's
I
awesome.
want to do it with the kids, and it's just kind of just give some good vibes for 2025 for sure.
Right. So I thought about doing it with our kids too, because I think we have grapes, but I would have to cut them in half for them because I don't want the kids to choke on a
Mm,
grape. You know what I mean?
yeah, for the babies, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
but we'll see. Um, do you have any other traditions that you know about or that you have seen?
So like I think like here in the US, I think a big one that I've seen is the black eyed peas is like people either eating or having black eyed peas in your pantry. It's supposed to be like good luck.
Mm-hmm.
But fun fact, the tradition of eating black eyed peas goes back to the Civil War, and it symbolizes resilience and good fortune, especially in the South. And I had no idea um, about this until I did like a little Google search and whatever. But I always keep black eyed peas like for New Year's in
Mm-hmm.
my pantry stocked. So I have my little paquetito black eyed peas. I was thinking of making them tomorrow with maybe like some cebolla and some cilantro and just kind of have them there as like a side, but we'll
Kind
see.
Yeah, kind of like lentejas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had never heard of the black eyed peas one. So I know that like also wearing like specific colors of underwear. Have you seen
Yeah.
that for
Oh
good
yeah.
luck?
Oh yeah. Like I
So
do that. I do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to have red underwear for love,
Yes.
yellow if you want wealth,
Yes.
green for health, and white for peace.
Mm.
And this tradition actually has roots in Latin America. So the colors are believed to channel specific energies for the year ahead. And then also, I don't know if you've seen this one, but people like to sweep um out their door to remove the bad vibes
Oh,
from the year, and then they say kind of like out with the bad, in with the good to welcome in the new year.
I like
Have you seen
it.
that one?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to add that one to my little repertoire of stuff that I do.
Yeah, it's like such a mix of vibes,
Mhm.
whether it's a quiet dinner or a wild celebration.
Mhm.
I think it's all about the intention that you have for the coming year, right?
I agree. I think that's definitely important. Like you want to like I don't know, not only do those moments kind of maybe shift that mindset, but most
Mhm.
definitely, like, you're just, putting out the positive vibe and hoping that next year is full of bigger, better, deeper connections or more love or prosperity. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I also feel like the way you celebrate New Year's
Mhm.
changes as you get older and your family gets older. Like I said,
Mhm.
we used to party all the time. Like all the time, every single New Year's we'd have this huge party with the same group of friends. And as time has shifted, like the past 2 years, like I said, I went out with my best friend and her husband. We went to dinner, went to the bar and had a couple of drinks, and then left home like literally right after midnight.
Yeah.
And then that was it. So I think as I've gotten older, the whole like let's party and get
Mhm.
wasted scene has
Mhm.
shifted for me. And I don't know if it's because you like grow older and you're a little bit
Yeah.
more mature, responsible. I don't know what it is. I was just watching a TikTok earlier today of this dude. What was it like? Getting somebody that is over 40 trying to celebrate New Year's.
Yeah.
And he was like, nope, don't do it. And they're like, you want to come out for New Year's? He's like, nope, I don't want to do it. So I think I feel the same way this year. Like, I just don't want to go anywhere.
Yeah, I think definitely your priorities start to shift.
Mm-hmm.
And just, what maybe was fun back then isn't so much fun now. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think you just, you come to a different era in your life, and staying home is not necessarily a bad thing. Like, I think for me, what I look forward to is my kids getting older, and then like hanging out with them. You know what I mean? Hanging out with their
Mm-hmm.
family, like doing stuff with them. Maybe them not necessarily coming to our house all the time, but like us like getting together, going out to dinner, or like just doing little things that I look forward to. Like, for
Right.
instance, my oldest is in high school, and I'm looking forward to like having his friends come over to the house and us just like barbecue and hang out, and watching my boys go and play basketball. Like, oh man, like it's just a different vibe now. We're in a different era of our lives, and staying home's not a bad thing.
Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like the older I've gotten, the more I want to be home and not be out and about or whatnot.
Yeah.
So let's shift it a little bit. Do
Okay.
you want to talk about superstitions? Do you believe in any of them?
You mean like, I mean, like, I'll knock on wood, but like that's about it. Well, yeah, some. Okay, yes. Yes and no. Yes and no. Like 50-50, I think. What about you?
I don't think so. No. I want to say I used to be, or maybe my
Mm-hmm.
family used to be, but here from like a time forward, my mom has like completely shifted her mindset and she'll be
Mm-hmm.
like, if something happens and you've
Yeah.
said like could have or hubiera,
Mm-hmm.
and she'll tell me right away, she's like,
Mm-hmm.
el hubiera no existe, eso ya pasó. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
kind of like coulda, shoulda, woulda,
Yeah.
that's not how it works. Or she'll be like, because I'm a big planner, and she's always
Mm-hmm.
like, no, don't make plans, because you know how they say, like, you God is in charge of everything,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. So things like that. So
Yeah.
I think that has kind of shifted my mindset a little bit
Mm-hmm.
as well from
Yeah.
superstitions. But I know that there's like a lot of people that believe in them.
Yeah.
Like, for example, walking around the block with a suitcase to
Mm-hmm.
manifest travel for the year,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Have you ever
Yeah.
done it?
I've never done it, but like I've seen it and I want to do it. Like, I totally want to do it this year because I really do. Like, I want to travel so bad. I've just never had the opportunity to like really go out and travel. Like, I'm telling you, the last 15 years I've spent raising babies, and finally my babies are becoming preschoolers. So I'm super excited to maybe doing some more travel. So I have not done it, but I want to do it. Like, me and my prima like always joke and talk about it. Like, sí, vamos a sacar la maleta. We're gonna go around the cuadra. Um, and I've thought about it, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should, right? But I've never like had the balls to do it. So maybe this New Year's I'll go out and I'll run around my front lawn with my maleta like a
I
crazy
just
lady. So y'all
right.
see me with a maleta, mind your business.
I just feels like there's so much to pick from. So many traditions, so many superstitions. Like, how do you
Yeah.
pick the one that you're gonna do at midnight? Because that's a lot of things to
Yeah.
do.
But I mean, you don't do it all at midnight. Like for sure, the grapes, like you got to do as soon as that bell rings, right? But you also want to
Hmm.
kiss your loved one, so you got to kiss, pop the grapes. I don't know. And then like both the underwear, like you already have it on. You know what I mean? Like you, that's premeditated. And then you have like the black eyed peas. You like, you just keep them in your pantry because you got all New Year's Day. Like you have all New Year's Day to accomplish everything and anything that you want to do. Like there's the whole thing, you're not supposed to do laundry. You're not supposed to take out the trash. You're not supposed to like let anything leave your house. There's just like a billion of them. And you have like literally 24 hours to like squeeze it all in and get it
Hmm.
done. I don't know. That's my perception. But then again, like I'm a little superstitious, but at the same time, like I believe that anything and everything that God has planned for you is what will happen, regardless of how many calzones you put on or how many times you go and you run around with your little maleta around the block. Like in the end, like the Lord is gonna decide your fate. I feel.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So, what about any traditions in the US? Do you know of any of them?
Let's see. So I know they have like the New Year's baby thing, like where it symbolizes rebirth and fresh start. And the New Year's baby has roots in Greek traditions, and that's where a baby symbolizes rebirth of the spirit of the year. Now, in modern times, it's often used as a playful way to represent the fresh opportunities and beginnings each year brings. And some people won't do laundry on that day, just like I won't do laundry that day because I feel like it'll wash. Okay, so it's supposedly believed that it washes away something from your life. And like I remember last New Year's, I was all enojada because I was having to do laundry because that's one of my big no nos. Like I will not do. Once I found out about this tradition, like I went a little crazy. And besides, like I want to like también I want to have that downtime. Like I want to hang out with my kiddos and just do stuff. So last year I do recall doing laundry. So this year I'm not doing any laundry. No laundry. Like today, like I did all my laundry. Everything's ready to go. What didn't get done, we'll have to wait till after New Year's.
I'm not gonna do laundry either, not because I believe in the superstition, but just because I don't want to. I'm gonna wait until like this weekend before we go back to school. And you know what? We just did laundry like a few days ago, so it's not
Mm-hmm.
like we're not in dire need of
Yeah.
anything because we haven't
Mm-hmm.
gone anywhere. So I have not left the house since we came back from the in-laws, by the way, and that was
Yeah.
what, like 3 days ago.
Yeah. That's good though. That's good.
So I was watching this like also TikTok earlier
Mm-hmm.
today, and it was like a teacher talking about, you know how they act out one person is playing like two people at the same time.
Yeah.
And he was asking the teacher like, "Hey, you want to go hang out?" He's like, "No, not really." And he's like, "Why not?" He's like, "Cuz I'm on Christmas break." And that other dude's like, "Okay, so that means you have all the time in the world to do stuff." He's like, "No, no, no, you don't understand. I don't want to do anything. Like I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to go anywhere. This is my time to sit here and rot and do nothing." Basically, Christmas break is what it is. And I think that this is the very first year that I've actually like felt like I'm rotting away watching
Mm.
TV every single day because I've been so unmotivated and like I don't want to do anything. But I'm also okay with it because I don't know. I don't know what it has been
Yeah.
about this break. It's just been different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's just so much going on. There's so much influence, there's so much social media, there's just so much on everybody's plate that there's
Mhm.
nothing wrong with just hanging out, chilling, relaxing. I feel the same way. Like I haven't really done much this break. We've just hung out. We've cooked a whole bunch, ate a whole bunch. But I'm like, okay, yeah, mañana new year, right? Mañana empezamos. We'll start um get back to normal and then just go from there because once school starts it's gonna be
Mhm. Busy again.
nonstop back to
Yes.
back. Yeah.
So, can you imagine how the gym is going to be tomorrow?
Oh my gosh, everybody and their mama's gonna be there.
So I told my husband because he's been going like every day since break, and I'm telling you, I've just been like, no thanks, I'm good. So this
Yeah.
morning he woke up and he's like, "Hey, you want to go to gym?" And I was like, "No, I'm good." So I just like rolled over and went back to sleep.
Hmm.
So, and I was awake. I was awake like at 7 this morning because I've actually been going to bed fairly early, like these
Hmm.
past couple of days, instead of
Hmm.
staying up until like 5 o'clock in the morning, like I was the first week of break. And anyway, so today when we were cooking dinner, I told him, I was like, "Hey, you know what? Wake me up tomorrow. Even if you have to like drag me off the bed, wake me up so I can go to the gym with you and like get a good start to the new year." So we'll see. I'll let you know on next week's episode if I actually, in fact, did get up on the first to go to the gym or not. Because I have all the intentions, but we'll see
Yeah.
how it goes.
No, that's good. I don't think there's anything wrong with like starting the new year wanting to better yourself or wanting to improve yourself. I think it's commendable and I think it's great, especially at a time when everybody else is doing it. Like, this is the time to do it to keep yourself motivated. And I feel like, what is it? Summer bodies are built during winter. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
that's like my motto. Like, my summer body is gonna be built this winter and it's gonna look fabulous and I can't wait.
Hopefully. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, let's get back on track. So, um another tradition that I've heard of
Hmm.
is in Mexico, you put money in your shoe for financial luck. So, all of those out there that want like good financial luck this upcoming year, put some money in your shoe before midnight. So you'll be
I'm
ready for
totally
it.
gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I even have like money in my pocket right now. It's
I
like
have no money. Can I put my child's piggy bank money in a shoe? Does that count? Cuz I have no cash ever.
that's so funny. I love it. It's like, hey, buddy, can I borrow $5, please?
Right?
Can I borrow some coins? How cute. I love it. No, I think that's really cool. I mean, I feel like here it's like, let's toast to champagne and hope for the best. So, yeah, why not stick some money in your shoe, some money in your pocket? Why not?
Hopefully. Maybe we'll blow up by the end of next year and then we'll be everywhere
Mm-hmm.
by then.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. All right, so I feel like every culture has different things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's what makes everything beautiful. So I was reading earlier today that in Denmark, people smash plates on their friends' doors to bring good fortune. Have you heard of that?
I had never heard of that. That's really
I
cool,
hadn't
though.
either. I read it today. And then I also read that in the Philippines, round shapes symbolize prosperity. So many families display round fruits to invite wealth for the new year. That's fun, right?
I love that. You know what? I have heard that one because I've heard like of the donut, like having round items in your like on your counter or whatever. I have
Mm-hmm.
heard of that one. Like, I guess donut was one, or like pies. A lot of people do pies.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, and I guess like not only does it like symbolize prosperity, but it also like symbolizes like full circle or like coming full circle, which is I
Yeah,
think is really cool.
I had never heard of any of those two. So I was scrolling today and I happened to read about it.
All right, so let's shift it a little bit. So, like, what's trending this year for like New Year's resolution? So, I know in social media, I've seen a lot of like vision boards. A lot of people are doing like vision board parties with their friends and stuff. What do you think, girly?
So I think I've seen a lot of like vision boards. I've personally never had one. When I think of a vision board, I think of Pinterest. I don't know why.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it pretty much the same thing,
Yeah,
basically?
so what it is you get like a board. Some people are like, okay, this year has gotten fancy. Okay, this is the first year where I'm like, okay, guys, like this is a little much. So back in my day, when when we did vision boards, okay, they were called like goal boards or whatever. I don't know. You would get magazines and you would cut out like a whole bunch of stuff that you wanted to accomplish, like for the new year. Back in my day, now
Right.
people are fancy and they print like really pretty pictures, whether like maybe one of the things that you want to manifest is traveling, right? Maybe you want to travel to the beach or you want to travel to Rome or Paris, wherever. You would find a picture of that thing, cut it out, put it on your vision board. So that's why it's called thus vision, right? So you see it and it helps you stay focused on your goals so that you accomplish those goals by the end of the year.
Right.
Mhm.
Feel I don't know, I'm very big on, like, all everything that you do with your hands, but
Yeah.
like I said, every time I think of a vision board, I think of Pinterest.
Yeah.
So, I think that if I was to create one,
Mhm.
I would probably make it, like, on Canva and put
Mhm.
it, like, as a screensaver on my computer, that way you
Oh, that's
see it every
smart.
time that you open your computer, you know what I mean?
Ooh, I love that.
Because Canva
Yeah.
is amazing. I
It is.
love
It is.
how great it is. So, if I was to do a vision board this year,
Yeah.
I would do it on Canva and then put
Yeah.
it on my computer as a screensaver.
I love it.
Um,
Tomorrow, let's do it. Vision board on Canva.
right.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think that's huge. And then journaling. I feel like a lot of people are, or I don't know if it's just me because I'm trying to get back to journaling this year. So I bought me a brand new planner this year. It's a Hobonichi. It's my first year trying this particular one, but I've tried the brand before. They're really great. I'm trying to get back to it and do it at least once a day for this whole year, and then we'll see how it goes. I feel
Okay,
like
I think journaling's important. I think it helps get those creative juices out. You know what I mean?
yeah, and I feel like when I did it in the past, it helped like kind of like your therapy. You know, you put it out
Mhm.
on paper, you leave it there, and then you forget
Mhm.
about it. Um,
Mhm.
because it's a lot more. So, what I have seen is a lot of people think that journaling is like having a diary, writing about what you did today
Yeah.
and things like that. But it's not necessarily that. It can also be used as like a vision board, except you're
Yeah.
writing about it. You know what I mean? So like for you
Yeah.
to manifest things that you want um
Mhm.
in
Talk about
lives.
big things, big topics,
Mhm.
dreams, wants, desires. I think that's important.
Yeah. So journaling will be definitely a big one this year
Mhm.
for me. What about you? What have you heard?
I think you're pretty much spot on everything. Like I've the vision boards, the journaling, um, and then of course you're gonna have like the crazy intense like New Year's resolutions. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? That everybody's going to be drawing up tomorrow. So yeah, I'm excited. Like I'm really, I think it's so inspiring, and I think as long as you're doing something that's going to propel you or move you forward in a positive way
Mhm.
into 2025, I say why not do it? You know what I mean?
Right.
Why not?
Yeah, Casey, I feel like New Year's is all about doing what feels right for you, right? Whether it's you taking a long bath after a long day, or spending the day journaling, or even doing simple things as setting boundaries or saying no to things that drain you. I think that it's always good to make yourself a priority. And this upcoming year should be your time to decide that, hey, I'm going to worry about me instead of about worrying about everybody else and everything that I have going on at work.
Mhm.
So prioritize yourself this year. Even something simple as a walk after work or stopping at the convenience store to pick up your favorite treat, hot Cheetos, chocolate, whatever you're into. Um, give yourself time, and the
Yeah.
new year is a great way to start refresh.
I don't know, like I think not only count I don't know, sometimes we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
To be just right or just perfect. But I say this is the perfect time to give yourself a little bit of pressure and to hold yourself accountable for the things that you want. You know what I mean? It's a
Right.
it's a great time to reflect and look back at how your life went in 2024 and allow yourself to make those changes to propel yourself into something bigger, better than what you had.
Yeah, I agree. So maybe give yourself time to relax on all those other
Mhm.
areas that don't necessarily require to be stressed about, but also put yourself pressure to get the things that you want. You know, like in my case, it would be put pressure on myself to actually go to the gym and make it a point to get in shape this year. Or what else have I been putting off? I don't know. The gym is like the big one that every year I say, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then I just fall through every single year.
Yeah. Yeah, and it doesn't have to be perfect. You know what I mean? You can start off and then stop and start and stop, and that's fine. I think it's all about progress and monitoring your progress, and it's
Mhm.
about, you got to make yourself accountable at some point too. You know what I mean? Especially if you want to accomplish those goals or whatever
Right.
things you may want for your future.
Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe that. And you know what I do want to do this upcoming year?
What's
I
that?
want to maybe find a part time so I can pay off my car faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think. I don't know. I mean, I have time and opportunity. I
Yeah.
had 2 weeks of time off this Christmas
Yeah.
break and I chose to sleep until noon every day. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
want to
but
get out of that mindset. Like, I'm tired, so
mhm.
I want to rest. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I feel like
Yeah.
I've been making up excuses for myself for
Yeah.
such a long time, and I want to stop doing that, if that makes any sense.
Completely. I totally get it. And our kiddos are getting older too. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So there's definitely more opportunities, more things that you can do to fulfill or to fill your bucket. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think like a big one that I told my husband was this whole month I've been kind of lagged in the whole running,
Hmm.
and I haven't, like, normally I'll hit, you know, 30 to 40 miles in a month.
Wow.
Yeah, and this is the first month in a while that I haven't done that. So I was a little disappointed in myself.
Hmm.
Um so definitely going back at it come January. The weather eventually will shift and it'll start warming. I'm hoping maybe by May, go back to like my 5Ks and
Hmm.
stuff and start training. So I figured if I can start training now, I'll be ready definitely by spring,
Right.
summer. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you can do it because you were really committed and you did great. I mean, 30 miles a month, that's a lot, dude.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
lot. That's really good.
Yeah, it
So,
was a lot. It was a lot of dedication, and I feel it too. Like I felt like I had more energy
mhm.
and my mood was a little bit more elevated. So, definitely going back to that, to the whole running, and I don't know, just, doing things for myself
Right.
that are going to help me specifically, and then of course, the whole there's always time for family too. Making time for them. Making time for my babies.
Yeah, I agree. So, like I said, I feel like this year I'm gonna hold myself accountable for that. Going back to the gym and maybe like doing a little bit extra to help
Yeah.
myself out financially, if that makes any sense. Because I don't want to have I mean, I've only had my car for a year and I don't want to be paying on it for another 4 years. You know what I mean? So the faster I can pay it off, the better it is for everybody. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think those are my two main goals for this upcoming
Mhm.
year,
Yeah.
for sure.
So let's go. Let's backtrack and let's talk about a little bit more fun stuff about New Year's. So
Mhm.
okay, so what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing by midnight? Are you gonna do the uvas? Are you gonna run around with your suitcase? What are you gonna do? What's the plan for tonight?
Um, I think we're just gonna do the grapes, just
Yeah.
the uvas. I don't think my youngest will make it until midnight. He's already kind of
Mm-hmm.
grumpy right now. The other two may. So I don't know. I plan on like after we're done with this, getting in the shower, getting in my PJs, and then turning on a show and watching with my husband and waiting until midnight. And then
Nice.
we'll see what happens. What about
Yeah.
y'all? What are y'all doing?
I think after this, we're gonna do the whole Monopoly thing. We're gonna hang
Mhm.
out. We're gonna play Monopoly. Oh, but before we do the Monopoly, our youngest, they got that game, the Pie in the Face game.
Mhm.
So they've been dying. The two little ones have been dying to play that game. So we're
Yeah.
gonna play like a round or two of that. And then we'll go into the Monopoly, and then maybe we'll let them kind of play on the side with like the whole Cool Whip, because the littles aren't going to be able to play Monopoly with us because
No.
that's a big kiddo game. So
Yeah.
one of them will play with me, the other one will play with my husband. We'll do the whole Monopoly thing. Definitely doing the 12 grapes at midnight with like the older kids.
Mhm.
Um, and then my husband's making menudo, so we'll be eating menudo at some point whenever it's done. He started a little late, so maybe by like two,
By
3 in the
midnight.
morning.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't
wow.
know. Yeah, we started. So we plan on staying up and just kind of hanging out with the kids. Eat, watch TV. Like, definitely want to like hang out with the hubby. Um, and just, I don't know, make the most of it. You know what I mean? Make the most of
Yeah.
it with our kiddos. and then tomorrow I'll sleep in and just relax. And I told the kids we are not cooking. We'll heat up whatever, and then I just want to like spend all day watching movies with the kids, hanging out with them. I'm sure at some point we'll get stir crazy. We'll go outside, let them ride their bikes and stuff. Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, and then tomorrow, since tomorrow's the first, I'll do my first run. My
Oh,
first
that's
run of the
awesome.
year. Yeah.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
I know. So I'm
Okay.
excited.
So I also have to set up my reading goal for next year. I didn't tell
Mm-hmm.
you. So I actually got to 69 this year. I was really
Dang,
trying
girl.
really really hard to get to 70, but I didn't get to finish my last book and I don't think I will.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to 69 and my goal was 100. So I think I'm going to
Nice.
go back to 100 for 2025 and try to stick with it this time. So yeah, I'm excited about that cuz I do have a ton of books on my TBR list that I need to
Yeah.
read. So,
I don't know. I
excited.
think I've kind of like shifted away from reading a little bit. I feel like it was
Mhm.
taking a lot of my time.
Mhm.
Um, so I think I'm gonna downgrade and I'm gonna stick to like audibles for a little bit more. And then I think I'm gonna start more nonfiction reading. I think that's my new goal. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I just want to read more biographies, self-help books. I don't know. I just kind of shift gears a little bit for the next year, see what happens.
I think audibles are valid. You can still count them as a book read for the year, FYI,
Oh,
because it
yeah.
it does take you like I mean, I'm one of those that I can be like washing dishes, cooking, cleaning and still be able to
Mhm.
like focus on the book,
Yeah,
but
for sure.
I feel like as I'm listening, I can still picture the story in my head just like you
Mhm.
do when you're reading, so I count them as books. So,
Agree. No, 100%.
yeah. So if you want a really cool book, on Audible, go listen to Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. Have you
Mm.
heard it? It's really good.
You know what? My husband, he listened to it,
Mhm.
and we are so me and my hubby share our Audible account.
Mhm.
So it's on there. So I'm gonna pull it up. I'll listen to it.
Yeah, it's really good. I listened to it what, this month? Maybe yeah, I think it was this month. And of course he reads it and his voice is like super smooth. So
Mhm.
he reads it and it's actually I learned a lot about him in that book and it's like he's a writer. So apparently he's been writing since he was a kid.
Wow. Oh.
So he puts like a lot of snippets of like things that he has written throughout the years on there. It's actually really good. So if you want to start off the new year with an audible, I recommend that one because it's not fiction and none of that. It's
Mhm.
like a biography and also
Mhm.
self help. If you want to, I want to say that because he talks about like pretty good things in life. So um,
Mhm.
Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. It's really good.
Nice. Yeah, definitely gonna listen to it. Yep. All right. Well, this was so much fun. Like, I feel like I need to make sure that I scarf down my grapes tonight. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll let you know on the next episode whether I took my suitcase out or not to manifest, travel for 2025.
Yeah, we'll see if your neighbor's cameras caught you walking around the block with your suitcase.
Right?
All right, so I feel like this episode was fun. I learned a lot about other people's traditions that they have for New
Mhm.
Year's, and also I feel like whatever tradition that you have, whether it's the grapes, the underwear, it's all about making them your own and manifesting whatever you want for this upcoming year. Whether it's the black eyed peas, walking around with your maleta, or anything that you have going on, just send those positive intentions on to the next year.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like you are sometimes your biggest obstacle.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, we got to learn how to move out of our way and let ourselves blossom and become the people that we want to become. And this is a perfect opportunity. Fresh start, new beginnings. Why not? And to our listeners, we love to hear all about your New Year's traditions. So slide into our DMs on Instagram at Hermanas Unfiltered.
Yes, please share your stories, your resolutions, or even your funniest New Year's fails. We're here to hear it and we want to share it with our listeners.
Yeah, so cheers to a fresh start. And Isela, cheers to you. Cheers to our listeners. And here's to a new year filled with real, raw, and relatable moments.
Amen to that, sister. Until next time, Feliz Año Nuevo, y'all. And don't forget to follow us on social media. You can find us on Instagram at hermanas underscore unfiltered. And on TikTok, we are at hermanas underscore unfiltered underscore pod. And of course, on YouTube, we are at hermanas unfiltered podcast.
So until next time, everyone.